Hey there, so today we're going to be drawing a dragon. Roar. Stay tuned. Hello, welcome to Totally Amazing. My name is Philip and today I'm going to give you some tips on how to draw a dragon. So basically the main thing you need to think about for a dragon is its spine. Once you figure out where the spine is, you can figure out where all the other details are going to go. But I'm going to give you the tips, so let's get to it right now. So what we're going to do first, we're going to put down our pencil layer, which is a light layer, so don't go down too heavy because we'll rub out later after we've done all the inking. So we're just going to go very light here. So put in a nice curve at the bottom for our pile of gold that they're going to sit on. Then we're going to work on the spine of the dragon, so it's going to be a nice wavy line. Starting from where about you want the head to be, and then bring it around. Nice big curvy line. And the base is where the tail is going to be. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to put in a circle to represent the rump of our dragon, the bulk of where the body is. Then we're going to put in a wedge at the top of the head to represent the head. That's where the neck is, at the edge of the neck, and the head's going to go there. That's our wedge. Next thing we do is going to bring a line down to the base of our circle to help define the body of our dragon. So that's the neck there. Then we're going to do the tail. So we're going to have a bit of a line going for his big fat belly. It's going to come around to one side of the spine, goes beyond it, and then it's going to come back over the other side because we want that spine line to be in the middle. So this line's going to come around to the top of the dragon's rump there, just like that, because we want that line later for the frills of the dragon. Next thing we're going to do is going to work on the wings of our dragon. So they're going to be done by putting in just a nice curved line going in and a curved line going out. Just like that. Curve in, curve out. Then on the other side, we're going to do another one. Curve in, curve out. That's how we define where the wings are going to go and what shape they're going to be. Now we're working on the front arm, so it's sort of like a backwards tick with some curves on the edge to determine where the claws are going to go. Then we're going to work on our other front arm. So we draw a semicircle with a line coming down and a triangle on the gold. So he's standing on the gold there, just like that. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to work on the back leg. So we just draw a circle for the thigh and then a wedge at the base for the foot, just like that. So the next thing we're going to do, we're going to start putting some details in the head. So I'm going to zoom into the head in just a sec, and then we're going to put in the details on the head. So let's do that. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to put a rectangle at the top for the brow of the dragon because it sticks out a little bit more, and then a triangle on the nose to make it more of a pointy shaped nose. Now I'm going to put in some circles for the eyes. Here we go, and one on the other side. And then we're going to hold the eye in place by putting the muscles around the eye. So what the first thing we're going to do is put in a tick on one side and then tick on the other side, just like that. So that, see, it's already sort of looking at me like an angry dragon, so it's holding the eye in place. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to put in some slithers for the eyes and hold the muscles in place. So we're putting in just some curves at the top of where the curve of the eye is, just to hold the muscle in place, which we're going to do on this side as well after I do the slither. So I'm just defining a bit more of the curve, so it's like there's a bit of bulk around the actual eyeball holding the eye in place. So now I'm kicking out to the side for the jaw, defining the face a little bit more. Then we're going to do the nostril. So it's sort of going to be a C shape, just like that. A nice C shape for the nostril. Now we're going to work on the other side of the jaw, so we bring the line out to define it a bit, and then kick out to the side just for the jaw, just like that, and bring it up to the eyes. Now we're going to do a U shape under the jaw to represent the open mouth. So it's going to come down and then around and up to where the base of the mouth is, and we're going to do another one for the outer layer of the mouth, just like here. See how it's sort of straight and it's in line with there? So that's what we want. We want them in line with each other, so just so you can see that a bit better. Now we just draw some little triangles or zigzags to determine the teeth. One on the top and one on the bottom, following up the jaw, just like that. Okay, the next step we're going to work on is the ears. So there's a line at the top, and then there'll be a line at the bottom. So we're going to bring it, so they're sort of like triangle shapes. So line at the top, line at the bottom, and then we're going to draw another line just underneath where the top line is, so it shows that there's an inside of the ear. So we're going to do that on the other side. So line at the top, triangle, line at the bottom, and then we're going to just have our little line underneath for the top of the ear, just like that. So now we're going to work on the horn. So we draw like a semicircle on the top of the head, and then we just draw some triangles coming straight out. Now they'll splay out either side, so they're sort of in line with what the ears are doing. They're heading out either direction, and just like that. And that's our horns nicely done just there. So the next step is to just bring the jaw to join it to the neck, just with a simple line just like that. So the next thing we're going to work on is the arms, the front arms of our dragon. So we're going to define more of the shape of the dragon's arms. So let's do that, shall we? So with the top arm that's sort of splaying out, we want to have just put a bit of meat on our bones there. So we're going to put some curves around our tick mark to help define that that's the arm. So give it a bit of bulk. So we're going from the top there, put a nice curve in, then we're going to do the bottom, nice curve all the way back to the elbow. I'm just going to curve that in around there. Make it nice, just make it nice and curvy there. There you go, just like that. And just define the lines that you want to keep more. Don't be afraid of making mistakes, guys. That's what this part of the drawing is all about. You make the mistakes here so that when you ink it, you're going to put in the lines that you want to keep. So now we're working on the hand. When we work on the hand, we want to work on the talons first. So we want to draw some triangles at the edge of our curves, and then we're going to hold our talons in place by putting some curves around the talon. So you'll see how I'm doing that? I'm going around the talon. So it's like it's holding it in place. It's coming out of the edge of the finger. So we're going to do that on the top ones now. So curve around our talon. So curve around, and on the other one, curve around. And these are the thickest parts of the hand too. So the other parts, like the insides of the fingers, they're going to be thinner. See how that's thinner? But we're joining that down to the arm now. And that one's just going into the center of the hand. Bring that back a bit, and that one's going to go to the other finger at the base there. And then there's going to be that side that's going to be bring up to the hand, just like that. So now we're just going to just tidy that up a little bit. Bring the hand to join the actual arm, and that's that. So the next thing we're going to do, we're going to start working on the other arm now. So now let's just start putting some meat onto our legs. So we're going to put just define the curve a little, put a little extra curve there for the folds of the body. And on either side of our line there, we're going to just put a nice curve that's going to go up to the body, just to fill out the arms and give it a bit more mass. So here we go, draw the other arm, just hook it up to the body there. So again, with the other hand, we worked on the talons first. So we're going to do that in a second. We're going to draw the triangles of our claws first. So there's that. And then we're going to put our meat around our talons, so we've got our curves going around to hold the talons in place. So, and again, these are going to be the thicker parts of the foot, so the actual foot is going to be thinner than the actual talons themselves. So I'm just going to kick out a little curve at the back there, so it's like the thumb at the back there, and you're going to put a little claw on the back there in a sec. There we go. Alrighty, so now we're going to be working on the back leg. So this time we're going to put a nice bulky curve around the front there for the thigh, and you'll notice at the next bit I start just a little bit above where the other one finishes. So that's going to come around like this. Here we go. So notice it's a little bit above where the other one finished. That just helps define the thigh, that the muscle's doing something. And again, we're going to put in our talons. So we draw the triangles at the front. And then we're going to hold it in place with some curves. So put a bit of the bulk of the toe there on either side. Nice big curves to hold the talon in place. And then we're going to remember just that the foot is thinner than the talon, than the toe. So we're going to bring that out. Put a little bit of a kink at the end there, and then just put in another talon. That's going to end up like that. Lovely. Alrighty, so the next part I believe we're going to be working on is our wings. So what you want to do here is you want to put two lines in the center there. They're like the fingers, if you will, and then you're going to put in the webbing in between there. So you're going to go in and then out towards the finger. In, curve in, and then out. Curve in, and then out. So you're going in between the fingers, I guess. So what we're going to do now is we're going to put a talon on the point there, and we're going to hold it in place with some curves. So it's in the center of the wing, so it's going to be just a little bit rounder, a little bit different. And then what we're going to do is going to put the muscle the meat and muscle on the top part of the wing, because that's where the strength of the wing is, whereas the membrane is the bit in the middle there. So you want your top line to be rather strong. And we'll bring that back. And that's that wing. So then in a second we're going to start working on the other wing. So we're going to draw our talon. And this time we don't need to draw the inside bits because one, we're not going to see them. And two, this is the upper side of the wing, so you don't actually see much of the membrane from this side. So we're just going to draw a simple line and bring it back to the other wing, just like that. So now we're putting in our belly. So it's following the line of our neck and our tummy. We're going to bring it around, and then we're going to follow the tail. So it's going to come from the leg, and it's just going to hint around at the side there, just like that. So what we're going to do now is we're going to draw the frills. This is where it gets interesting. So it's sort of a wave shape, just like that. So you go out and then back in, and then we're going to follow the spine line. We're going to draw the spine, not the full edge of the dragon. We're going to draw the spine. So you'll notice that significantly on the tail. So out and in, out and in. And we're following along that line that's going to be the spine. So you'll notice at the tail there, we've got the one side of the tail is the actual tail itself, and then the inside, that line is the spine. So we want our frills to go along that spine line. So I'm just going to follow that around. So now we're behind the wing and we're coming out and around. Now watch this, we're going to follow along the spine. So we're going up, out and back. Up, out and back, and we're following that spine now, as you can see. So don't be confused by going over the edge of the actual shape of the dragon. You want to follow the spine here and bring it around, just like that. Out and back, out and back, and then just bring it to the point of that edge of the spine there. And then finally what we're going to do is we're going to put in a little triangle for the edge of our tail, just like that. So now what we're going to do, we're going to start putting our inks in. I'm going to speed it up a bit here because what we're doing, we're defining the lines that we want to keep and we're getting rid of the ones that we don't. So you'll notice that when I do the neck, I stop when I get to the arm because the arm is in front, just like that. And also I do it on the tail too, so I follow the frills of the tail, and then I make sure I put in the little lines in between the frills to indicate that's part of the dragon's tail. What I'm doing is I'm just putting some little circles in the bottom just to help show that there's some bits of gold there. You don't need to fill it in, just a few little circles will help define that that's part of the gold. So now I'm just filling in my color. I can just drop and paste real quick, so I'll just let you watch this. And there you have it, the basics on how to draw a dragon. So there you go, there's some tips on how to draw a dragon. Rawr! I hope it helped and hope it gave you some good pointers. If you liked today's episode and you found it useful, or there's something that you would like to learn how to draw, why not leave a comment down below so we can get to it as soon as we can. While you're down there, why not leave a like, subscribe and ring that bell button. Let the dragon know that you enjoyed today's episode. Speaking of dragons, I have a comic set in a fantasy world with magic and mystery and all that sort of stuff. It's really cool. It's called Antispire. There's a link in the description down below. So thank you for drawing a dragon with me today. I hope you had fun. Please stay tuned for more exciting episodes and I'll see you next time.